Joe looked like he was in good spirits today, so we're glad to get that out of the way. He brings great energy to the locker room and to our team, and so just ready to move forward and get ready for the Chargers.
How important was it for you and the team to get his contract situation finalized before the regular season?
It's just the way this one shook out that we got it done, and not everyone is the same. The organization has a history of getting these things done over the course of training camp. And so, again, just glad to get that off the plate and move forward.
Having played the position, that any quarterback's best friend is a sound running game, particularly a rookie quarterback's best friend. Isn't that the case, Coach?
It certainly helps, and you can take that pressure off of him. And obviously we expect our defense to play really well this year, and that's the quarterback's second best friend as well. So we just feel like we're making great strides as a team to just play better overall football, complementary football this year.
It seemed like Joe was a big part of the culture you wanted to build, and that's something that you liked and what you saw out of him in terms of what he brought to the locker room. I mean, how did you guys factor that into looking at signing him at the value that y'all did or the price that y'all did?
You factor it all in. His history here in terms of the production, how he fit into this system last year. Really hit his stride. In the second half of the season when we started to get things sorted out a little bit better. He's been a great teammate in the locker room. He's fun for the coaches to be around, so anyway, he's just a big part of what we're building here.
Zach, you saw what it was like to build around a quarterback on a rookie deal with the Rams with Goff. How important is it to get as many quality pieces around that rookie quarterback like Joe?
Yeah, there's no hiding that. That's a real part of what's going on, and so again, I think the organization's done a great job of adding the necessary pieces to give us the best chance of success this year. And so it's been an eventful offseason for sure and into training camp. And again, now we just got to go out there and produce.
Zach, what surprises you the most about Joe Mixon? I know we always talk about his energy. I think for me, it's the most surprising thing is that his energy seems endless. Even on a flight, he can't sit still. But what is the most surprising thing to you about him and kind of what he brings to this team?
I can't say that anything surprises me necessarily. I knew of him being from Norman myself and just knowing people that were around him there, the positive things that they always said about him. So I felt like I had a pretty good understanding of what his personality and his work ethic was before I got here. So it's hard for me to say that anything surprises me. I've been pleased with the way he works on the field. And so, again, glad that we've got that behind us.
It seems like some ways, though, in the NFL, the running back spot has been devalued in some ways when it comes to paying running backs. What makes Joe, in your mind, so valuable that he had to be paid, he had to stay with this team?
Every team's different, and he's a valuable part of not only what we're doing on offense, but what we're building as a team. And so just felt like we needed to get it done, and, everybody walked away very happy.
Zach, you have now Boyd, Mixon, and Burrow signed multi-year deals. Do you view those three as the foundation pieces of your offense?
They're certainly a big part of what we're doing. There's no disputing that. And, again, it's difficult for me right now to look beyond this season and really week one. That's what Duke does and does a great job of it. So, again, we do feel like we've got some really good pieces to the puzzle that are exciting to work with.
Do you feel like you're on schedule, on track for week one? Do you like what you've seen to this point in training camp?
I do. I think the guys are feeling very comfortable with our systems. We still have a couple days of work left before we get into game week, and we're going to utilize every minute of it. As they tell you, we like to keep them out here in the walkthroughs a little extra to get a couple extra reps in, but certainly feel like we're making great progress and excited to get some good work done this week and then jump into game week starting on Monday.
What did you learn from the handling of Todd Gurley in LA and what you can take from that in moving forward with Joe?
They're very similar. Todd was a great guy. He was a great teammate. I personally loved being around him every day. And Joe is very similar. Both guys that tend to, for whatever reason, gravitate towards the quarterback coaches and always have those conversations. And so, again, there's a lot of similarities between those two. And, the most important thing is when they both come to practice, they work. You know, whether it's been a difficult day or whatever, they come to practice and they work, and you know what you're going to get every single day when you're on the field with them, and that's critical.
Did you
Is
guys
there anything you can do in terms of usage, though, to try to avoid having a fate where you worry about injury and overusage when you now have a guy on a longer term deal, running back in particular?
Well, we certainly feel like with the resources we have on offense, you know, it takes the pressure off all the positions, and so that's one way to manage it, you know, without actually managing it. You're just trying to get the pieces involved, and it naturally takes care of itself. And so we'll be excited to see how that evolves over the course of the season.
Did you learn anything about the end of the Gurley era in LA after? It's obviously after you left, but I mean, what did you glean from kind of how that situation ultimately played out with the Rams in terms of how that might affect how you guys view running backs and giving guys big money?
There's nothing I take from that. You know, every situation is unique, and I can only speak to ours. So there's not much that I walk away from with that.
Obviously, Joe was very vocal about his desire to stay in Cincinnati. What does that tell you about the culture you're trying to build?
I think it's he's got a good voice of the locker room, and I do feel like maybe I'm biased, but our team feels that way. They want to be here. They want to win for these fans. They like the culture that we're building. They feel like that you know, we're trending in the right direction. I think everyone understands that we have done nothing to arrive. We haven't played a game. We haven't played a snap. We got to keep pushing the envelope and working every day we're in the building. But I do feel like there's really good energy in this building right now. All good?
Well, I mean, what about his you know, I guess Joe didn't have as many. You know, Gurley was used your last year in LA a lot in the passing game. I think he had the 9th most targets out of any running back. Last year, Joe was somewhere in the mid-20s. I mean, Callahan hinted that y'all might be looking at using him more in the pass game. Is that something that you guys have really, you know, seriously looked at going into this season?
We're going to try to score as many points as we can. And if that means using the back more in the pass game, less in the pass game, getting the tight ends more involved, you know, only focus on the receivers. I mean, we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we get as many points as possible and help our team win. So it all balances into the equation.
When he's not in the game, Coach, he always seems to be around you. He's in your ear. I get it. Is he lobbying for the ball, or what's he doing, or is he what?
Just likes to stay involved. You know, when you see him around me, he just likes to stay involved. Just asking what the play is.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is. It's never, hey, give me the ball. It's not that at all. It's always just trying to be involved when he's not playing.
You don't seem to mind. You seem very patient about it. You don't seem to mind. You seem very patient with them there.
I like guys that like football. And so if you're asking me, you know, questions about the scheme and what's going on the field, I'll never turn that away.
Coach, do you think he can be that back if you guys do choose to go that route where he does have 60, 70, 80 receptions and he is a big focal point in the passing game?
He's very capable in the pass game, very capable. Again, we'll play to whatever strengths we think we need in that particular game plan versus whatever opponent we're facing.
Zac, how different is evaluating the back of the roster this year when you have so many more practice squad spots, so much more flexibility to go up and down? Do you have to, as a coach, look at that differently, or do you how do you approach it this year compared to most?
We got to use every practice period that we've had where we put them in these competitive situations to really evaluate that. I mean, obviously in year 2, we have such a better grasp of our team and the players in the building. And you're able to identify week to week really the guys that are making pushes and the guys that are fighting for roster spots. And so you can have some in-depth conversations and make sure that we're finding ways to make sure that we got the right 53 guys at the end of the day. And so, yeah, in some ways it's a little more challenging, but everyone's dealing with the same deal. So you got to be creative in making sure that you've got the right evaluation.
How many quarterbacks do you keep, Coach, with the COVID situation and the quarantining? And was wondering if you had wanted to get more snaps for like Brandon or Jake in the scrimmage, because it's probably going to, in some form, you got to have 4 quarterbacks, I would think.
I mean, as many as we need or as few as we need.
Does that?
Well, kind of along those lines. I mean, you now have 3 guys who ideally are on the depth chart were all within less than 2 years of experience. With Finley having three starts. Well, in terms of roster management, is there something like, is that akin to keeping like 3 true freshmen on the roster? I mean, how do you go about balancing having, the usage of your 55 spots, when you have 3 quarterbacks bunched together and one of them happens to be the number 1 overall pick?
Well, sometimes, years experience in the system counts for something. You might bring in a guy who's in his 8th year, but doesn't have a lot of experience with what you're doing. And so, yeah, he's got some big picture awareness, but you look at 2 of our guys have been here for 2 years now and have heard everything we've said since we've installed this offense from day one. You look at Brandon Allen, he's really got, in a lot of ways, 4 years in the system, in LA and in Denver, very similar. And then he comes here, and then Joe Burrow's soaked it all in. We've talked directly to him since the day we drafted him, and so he's absorbed as much as any player in the first 4 months the system can absorb. So we feel comfortable with the guys we got there.
Coach, you've got the first opportunity with any player that's waived, not terminated, but a player that's been in the league 4 years or less that's let go by their team. Knowing that, how much could your roster change with having the opportunity to jump on these guys sooner than anybody?
Hard to say. Hard to make that prediction, just because you don't know who's going to be released. But we'll certainly do our due diligence and make sure that we're making the best decisions for our roster.
Any more questions for Coach? Looks like that's it.
Good. Thank you
for your time.
Exactly.
Thanks, Coach.
Good. If you don't mind, could you count to 5 for us real quick so everyone can find your video and pin you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, thanks. Everyone, go ahead with your questions for Joe.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Tyler, my guy, how you doing?
Describe the feeling when you first signed this contract extension. I know you've really been wanting it for a long time.
Man, it was a hell of a feeling, honestly. Yeah, blessing, waited a long time for it, and well deserved. So it's a great feeling.
Your contract pays you like one of the top running backs in the National Football League. Is that something that you aspire to be, and is that something that you were looking for in your contract extension?
Honestly, not really. With the numbers and everything going on, it was just basically being where the market is, and them top guys are where my numbers are. So pretty much that's pretty much how I went about it.
Joe, how much did you want to be a part of this team, not just this coming year, but the future of this team, and see this team turn over and be a part of this team winning more games, obviously?
Yeah, I wanted to be a huge part of it. I'm definitely blessed and thankful and grateful to be a part of it. It was just like a dream come true being able to sign my second contract. It felt like I'm a rookie again, man. So, just that happy feeling and being a part of something special that we got in the making is going to be great, and I'm definitely excited for it.
Joe, what does it mean to you that the organization said, this guy is a hard worker, this guy loves football, this guy cares about football, he wants to be part of the organization, and then they reward you for that? I mean, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. It just shows the complete trust that they have in me, as a player and a person. And I believe that's what stuck out with Mike Brown more than anything, is really the person I am off the field, especially with, around the community and with my teammates and everything like that. I believe that played a big factor in it as well. So, like I said, it's a blessing, to be in this here position, and I'm definitely thankful for it.
Joe, what specific reasons made you want to stay in Cincinnati? Obviously, you guys haven't had the most success over the past couple of years, but
right.
Why'd you want to sign here long term?
To be honest, I wanted to be a part of something special. I got drafted here and basically wanted to show my loyalty. I really didn't want to go anywhere. I love our fans, love my teammates, and, upstairs they definitely value me in a way that, a lot of people probably won't. And like I said, I just wanted to show my loyalty here and finish my career here, and, hopefully be able to, in a few years, have another one.
Joe, based on your extension and what the team did in the offseason and free agency, what does that signify to you, the direction the organization's kind of going in?
That we want to win, and we want to do it now.
Joe, you sent a good amount of cryptic tweets throughout the offseason here. It sounded like, did you feel like were you uncertain at all of this extension getting done before the start of the season?
No, not really. It's funny that y'all say cryptic tweets, because really a lot of stuff was music and playing with y'all, it seemed like, and y'all just took it that way. So it was funny. I seen what y'all was saying, but, for the most part, everything was either like music related or just something that I was thinking. Nothing really contract related that I could think of right now.
It's hard to know if we ain't talking to you until now. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. In due time, that's how you got to think about it.
What's the biggest thing you want to prove now? You got the deal. You've been one of the top running backs in the league. Mm-hmm. What's one thing you need to prove to let people know that this is why I'm making this much money and this is why the Bengals are paying this amount?
Yeah, honestly, man, I want to prove that going in, I'm going to be the best me, and I'm going to be the best guy on the field night in, day out. And, just basically got to shoot for the goals that I haven't achieved yet. 1, Pro Bowl, 2, being MVP, doing, those high-level type things and reaping those rewards. I work hard for it. Everybody else get paid also to – do things to defend me or block for me or whatever the case may be. But I definitely feel like I'm that type of caliber player, and I'm definitely going to produce like it. So those are the things I definitely look forward to and, helping the team win.
Joe, the second half of the season, you averaged over 100 yards a game. over 800 yards rushing. Are you looking for a 15, 16, 700, 1,700 yard season?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just looking to, be the best teammate, and hopefully, if them yards come about like that, then hey, I'll take them. But just try to do whatever I can to put my team in the best position to win. But I definitely feel like, with the team that we have and the guys that we have at receiver, it'll definitely take a lot off of my back and Joe Burrow's back, and I think everything will complement each other very well. So a lot of people got goals and a lot of people got aspirations. So it's just going out there really and going able to execute and do it.
Joe, how
Do you
did
expect
you
to be more involved?
How did you celebrate, Joe? The contract, signing it? Was there a big purchase or a nice dinner? Was there anything special you did?
Man, honestly, I'm still don't know how to really take it in all the way. I was definitely emotional about it when I got the call. Yesterday, I want to say night, I was just on the phone talking to my mom, my family, and eating Chick-fil-A. So that's pretty much how I went about it.
Chick-fil-A sauce?
Joe, after
After
position drills yesterday, you ran over and hopped on Mike's cart. Can you share some of what you said with him?
I appreciate him for the opportunity that he's given me, and thank him for extending me for another 4 years. And I promise you, he's gonna get every dollar out of it.
Joe, at Oklahoma, you were a big weapon in the passing attack, and you've proven you can be a big weapon in the passing attack at the NFL level as well. Are you looking for that to expand? Are you looking to expand that portion of your game as well?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, anything I feel like that I was lacking in, I'm definitely going to try to be better at those things that I feel like that I have to work on. I mean, I feel like I have it. Just got to go ahead and go out there and actually be able to get the ball and run into space and make some things happen. But like I said, we got all the weapons and tools that we need to make this offense go. And I'm definitely looking forward to it, being a big part of it.
Hey, Joe, what did Mike say to you? I know you were talking to Mike. Did he say anything to you on the cut?
Yeah, just basically that it's a great thing for you. Make sure the first thing he told me, it's a great thing for you, and make sure you take care of your money, and make sure you put it in all the right places that you need to. I know you got a big family, take care of them, but at the same time, you got to be smart with it. So, also, he valued me as a great player, and he's definitely excited to have me over these next 4 to 5 years. So, definitely appreciate it and thank him for it.
Joe, you, Tyler Boyd, and Burrow are all under multi-year contracts. What do you envision for this offense as you three as the catalyst?
Honestly, this offense is going to be special. It has a lot of potential to do a lot of special things, and we potentially could have 1,000-yard rusher, 3,000-yard receivers. It's a lot of things that we have and goals and aspirations that we have, but we just got to go ahead out there and put it together. But like I said, what Zach is building and Brian and upstairs are building here for our offense, man, it's going to be very, very explosive, and I look forward to it.
Joe, what are your impressions of
how
Burrow?
the selfie came about yesterday and how much fun it was to hit send, knowing how that was going to take off?
Oh yeah, definitely. I just remember being on the phone with my agent, and he just was like, make sure you take a picture. And I actually got Elizabeth to take a picture for us, and she ended up taking it with me, PB, Katie, herself. And really, it was going to go to her grandma. We took it for her grandma, and somehow she ended up sending it to me, and I was just like, you know what, let me tweet this, and let's go about it that way. So I definitely thought it was a great thing, and it's just a great position to be in, honestly.
So how much did you talk to some of the other running backs? You were far from alone this offseason between, Kamara, Cook, Carter, so many of you guys. How much did you guys talk to each other through this process to try to help each other through it?
I talked to Cook a couple times, talked to Alvin a couple times, Dalvin, them type of guys, and it was cool. We had a lot of conversations and things like that, and we were just saying that we got to go ahead and help this running back market out for the guys coming up and, potentially, the guys in the future. So for us, I was just trying to take it upon myself to really help those guys and, be able to prove and, try to help this running back market and go out there when the season started and go out and produce and be able to show like this is why you pay running backs. I mean, we're a big part of the offense, but those type of guys, the offense run through those guys and me. So, I feel like it was a great thing for me. Them guys still working things out, but I definitely believe that they'll get things done. I'm sure they're close. So I'm wishing the best for them.
What do you kind of feel like you're fighting a little bit for the value of all running backs, huh? You're fighting for the greater good of your position.
Yeah, definitely. And basically just something that, we're worth and that we deserve. A lot of those guys, we work hard. Everybody work hard in the building. But like I said, when the offense go through those guys and when that's an emphasis on the offense, I mean, I feel like we take so much off of the receivers and also the quarterback. So, it's only right for us to go ahead and put on for the offense.
Joe, a lot of people try to devalue the running back position. The media does, but
right.
Contract like this, does it reaffirm to you that this position still has the respect that it deserves?
Yeah, for the most part, like I said, for me, I just try to go about it as, this is what you deserve. And a lot of lefts, for us, is just like, it's a tough situation because, people, like you said, always try to devaluate the running back position. But, we touch the ball 20, 25 times a game, and we take a pound and we take a load. And, like I said, if you're able and blessed to stay healthy and don't get hurt and put these numbers up, it's only right for you to get that compensation. So I think that the running back market will definitely jump up and more guys will start getting paid.
What do you say to the number crunchers who may say, well, it's a risk to give a running back $12 million? What do you say to the number crunchers who like to crunch numbers?
I'm not here to prove anybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to prove them right for why they pay me. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. I'm here to play the game. I love the game, and I love being here, as a Bengal. I love my teammates, and just being able to have this opportunity, man, just got to be able to produce so they get that narrative out everybody's head and just try to help the young guys and show them how it's supposed to be done. And I'm blessed enough to be able to be in this position to go ahead and do that.
You obviously spent a lot of time around Baker in college. I said you obviously spent a lot of time around Baker in college.
Yeah.
Now you're with Joe. Both number one picks, both Heisman winners. What similarities do you see in Baker and Joe's game, if any?
To be honest, I think what popped off the most about Joe Burrow is his leadership, how he takes the huddle. He's a very confident guy. He goes about things so professionally. Like I can't remember who I was talking to yesterday. I think it was Hobson, and I think it was just the way, like I said, he took the huddle and his leadership. I think he does a great job and, leading. And he stepped in. That's what we needed. And I believe that he'll be able to get the job done, at a high level. I really don't think he's your typical rookie, as a lot of people will say. But he's definitely going to be a great guy here in this league for years to come. And I hope I can finish my career here with him. So.
Hey, Joe, you had a very beautiful picture with Katie and Elizabeth, and your energy and looks like Elizabeth's energy are at the same level. Do you feel like it's rubbing off on Katie and Mike?
Definitely. I ain't never seen a smile so big on their faces, so I definitely think it was cool. But, it's definitely a great moment, but I'm looking to bring an even bigger one and bring in a Super Bowl here possibly one day. So that's what I'm here for, and, that's what I'm trying to do for them.
Joe, ownership, coaches, teammates, everybody, general manager, everybody has said that, they want you part of the football team, not just because you're a great football player, but your energy, enthusiasm for the game. Like Zac says, you're always asking them about what's going on. Your overall approach, your ability to deal with people, your people skills. You get the big contract. Leonard Fournette, whose numbers aren't much different than yours, is out in the street and trying to fight for his NFL life. Do you think there's a message there on how to approach things?
Honestly, I'm not sure, man. I just was, blessed to be able to be in this here position. Can't do nothing but thank God, because, without him, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? So for him, I wish him the best of luck, and I'm sure he's going to find somewhere to land and ball out there. But, like I said, I'm just here in a blessed position, man, and I'm going to do whatever I can to, stay here and stay blessed. That's it.
Joe, when you're not playing and you're hanging around Zach, and you're in Zach's ear, and you're what are you saying to him? Are you asking him questions? Are you saying, "Give me the ball"? What are you doing?
Nah, but for the most part, man, I just be trying to be locked in with mostly the walkthroughs and in practice about the plays going on. I feel like it's always a little bit more attention to detail that you could learn, going through the plays and things like that. But Zach does a great job with communicating. I feel like even throughout the process, I think we both did a great job with communicating with each other. And, for him, he helps me a lot. And, I just try to go out there and deliver for him. So, it works hand in hand. It's not just me going out and asking these questions. At the end of the day, he's here to help me. So I think he does a great job with how he communicates it and how, he reciprocated for me. So I think it's a great thing.
Where do you get your energy from? Where does that come from, that energy?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's just the love and passion, really, that I have for the game, and try to stay true to it. So, I definitely get a lot of energy. I get a lot of energy probably from, the fans also. Get a big run and celebrate. Fans be yelling, and I don't think it's like no better feeling than that. I think it's a very cool feeling. So I just try to do whatever I can to do whatever and hype the fans up, hype my teammates up, put on the show, and give them their money's worth.
Joe, I know the contract's obviously the big deal, but to be able to just put that kind of behind you now and get back to football, and just with the way the past few months have been, just not even with football, just in the world, how much fun are you going to have, and how much are you looking forward to just playing a game again?
I definitely look forward to it. Very excited. We got a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of things we have to get better at. But for the most part, I really believe that we have building something special here with the culture that Zach and upstairs are bringing in. The players are all excited. Everyone's bought in. And like I said, man, I'm just ready to build something special. So it's about that time. We got about like 10 days, I believe, 10 or 11. So just got to be ready for whatever, I'm looking forward to week 1. It was a long off season, a lot of things involved, but, everything is straight football, and that's what I try to keep it as.
How much better a football player are you than when you came to the Bengals from Oklahoma? How much better or different a player are you today?
I think I'm definitely different. I feel like I'm more of a actual true running back. I feel like being here, learning how to actually run the football in certain ways, getting to really learn down and distance. I feel like I became a lot better at that. And those are big things, is starting to move the chains, because at Oklahoma, I was always looking for that big explosive play. But really, them 2 and 3 yards, that means a lot going down the road. And them 2 and 3 yards, that's what I had to learn in the league is, all of that piles up. And when you get after them 2 and 3 yards, usually it turns into 5. Then it might goes to 1. Then it might go to 10. Like, you just never know. Then you might break one. So I think just learning how to actually be that runner that, Cincinnati basically been looking for. And I know for a fact in that pass game, I could still do that and get busy there. So I feel like I bring a lot to the table here at this running back position, and I know I will. So look forward to it.
Hey, guys, hang on, Ben. Let's keep it to just 1 or 2 more for Joe, and then we'll get him out of here. All right, go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Joe, there's been I think it was reported that you were dealing with migraines last couple of weeks. Is that a serious issue? Can you shed a little more light onto that? And is that going to be a problem for you going into the season?
I'm not sure, honestly. definitely was dealing with migraines, but things got better probably I think on like Sunday. If anything's come about again, then I'll talk to the coaches and we'll go about it that way. But definitely had them, and I feel a lot better after talking with the doctors and things that they gave me. But if it comes about it again, then we'll have to act accordingly. But for the most part, everything's all fine right now.
Yeah, just want to be blunt here. A lot of people, speculated that it essentially was an unofficial holdout for you while you were getting your contract done. So the migraines, you're saying the migraines were a legit thing that you were actually dealing with, and it wasn't anything contract related.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing controversial. Like I said, been dealing with them, and it's kind of like been happening for maybe about like 2-3 weeks, and I never really dealt with migraines, so. It's a lot going on and things like that, man. Don't really sleep much, but that's probably what it was. And, I'm feeling a lot better. And, yeah.
Joe, we know how you excel at your touchdown celebration. So does a contract extension mean we might see some new ones breaking out here in 2020?
Yeah, you can look forward to them. We're going to have a lot of them ready this year. With me and Joe Burrow, and you're going to have a lot with the receivers and me. Like I said, when we make a lot of plays and you make touchdowns, everybody want to celebrate, but ain't nobody going to celebrate like me. Promise you that.
All right, Joe, we'll let you go. Everyone had a lot of questions, so we kept it for a while, so we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Hey, all good. Appreciate it. Thank you.